Welcome back. We're back out at the docks again today, and we're hunting us some crappie. Oh, it's been a rough day, folks. Rough day. Rough day. Yeah, I tell you what, guys, we got some rough weather this morning. Wind is crazy out of the north. We've got big cold front pushing through tonight. Actually going to have a freeze warning in effect this evening. Doesn't make me very happy. This is first part of May here. I've got 2 gardens in, and I'm going to have to cover those up this afternoon to make sure that they don't get frostbit. What I think I'm going to start with down here this morning is just working a float down in between the rocks in these docks. Was actually out here last night with a buddy of mine and my daughter, and we had some dock lights down here doing some night fishing for crappie. We were fairly successful. Didn't get a video put together out of it, but caught a couple fish, ended up with 6. We'll definitely be trying that again sometime here in the near future. Oh man, I should have wore some freaking warmer clothes. This is just redonkulous. We're going to set this float a little more shallow, push it up against the rocks, see if we can't find some over there. Last night we were finding them right just along this dock ledge in about 2.5 foot of water. They may have moved up closer to the bank though to feed, considering it's early morning. Wind is definitely making it just a little bit tough to work this cork this morning, that's for sure. We'll see if we can't maybe pop a few vertical jigging. Tell you what, we may have to tie on some heavier jig heads, because these 32nd ounce and this wind, well, they don't get along too well. There's a fish. Ain't a bad fish. Yeah, pretty old black nose. That's the first black nose I've caught out of this lake this year. Check him out. He's pretty. Not a bad fish at all. Windy, cold, May, vertical jigging, crappie. Well, let's hope that there's 9 more of them sitting right at the end of this thing so that I can get on out of here. I mean, these conditions are just terrible. You won't hear me say that too often either. Of course, in the wintertime when I'm fishing, I'm dressed a little bit more accordingly. There's a fish. He ain't a very big one. Tell you what though, he's another black nose. That's interesting that we popped 2 of those. All I've been catching off of these docks this year has been whites. I haven't caught any black crappie at all. A little smaller fish. He won't go 10, but he's awful pretty. We'll see you later, bud. All right, we got to go get a nibble. Actually, no, we don't. They're in my pocket. All right, let's try and get back where we were. I'm using my rod to identify what depth I'm at. Probably about right there. The one benefit of this wind is it's probably pushing these 32nd ounce jig heads a little bit underneath this dock, which isn't a terrible thing by any means. Both of those came right in front of that cleat right there, so we're going to focus on that for just a minute. I think I may have missed one right there. That line didn't tighten back up, it stayed real loose. I think one may have hit it on the upward bite. What? I think we probably are going to need a little bit bigger jig head to keep this line a little bit more taut. Oh, come on now, work with me here. Yeah, probably gonna need to get a double 16th put on here. I'll rig one up with a double 16th and one with a double 32nd. That way if I want to pop a float I can. There was a fish. It's really hard to tell feel your bite when your line's all loose like this from this wind. Holy frickin' cow. This is brutal. The things we do to catch fish, right guys? If you're a diehard, you'll stand out here in this and you'll fish it for hours, even if you are underdressed. All right, we got to get a heavier jig head on because this ain't working. All right, so we re-rigged with 2 16th ounce jig heads instead of the 2 32nds. What that's going to do for me is it gives me more weight. This wind isn't going to carry my line quite as much. Still going to carry it a little bit, but not near as much. Whew, doggies. Maybe if that sun comes out, the wind would die down just a scotch. Oh, dang it, missed him. That felt like a pretty good hit too. We'll put it back down in front of his face, see if he comes back for it. All right, we're gonna try float one more time up against those rocks. I tell you what guys, I'm not easily pushed off of a spot, but I'm underprepared today. It was way too cold out on those docks, so we're gonna try this little cove right here, see if we can't find a few more fish. Yeah, I've worked this whole cove all the way around, finally just popped one fish there. So let's hope maybe there's a few more to follow. Come on, meow. I guess we'll tip it with a little nibble. Definitely riding the struggle bus today, guys. Ain't no doubt about that. It's the wind or the weather, Paw. And today I do believe it's both. Absolutely crazy that I gotta say that I'm underdressed for a day out crappie fishing a week into May. There's something wrong there. Dang old bluegill again. Pecking on my crappie nibbles. I'll put it back over there just in case. Well, we're glutton for punishment today. The cove didn't work out. Caught one over there. So I'm back at the docks. And we're gonna fish this for a little while. See if we can't pop a couple more. It's just a tough day of fishing. You'll have those. It ain't all glory days, that's for sure. Honestly, the wind's kind of calmed down just a little bit back here. It's not near as bad as it was earlier this morning, but occasionally, man, the gusts just come ripping through here and just about enough to drive you out. I did change up my color. Earlier I was using Snowflake, and with this wind pushing back into this harbor, we got some pretty murky water back here. Snowflake was doing pretty good last night, but it wasn't near as dirty as it is right now. So maybe this will make a difference. There's fish. Yeah, that ain't a bad little crappie. You gotta work for them. They don't come easy, folks, not today. $10.25. If you can keep your back to it, it isn't too bad. The sun's came out and it warmed up a little bit, so that's a bonus. I guess I shouldn't have said that the wind had calmed down, because just as soon as I said that, man, these gusts came roaring through here again. Alright, it's calmed calm down for just a second. Let's go back here, try and hit the end of this thing. Just as soon as I get here, it's probably gonna start blowing like crazy again. Hey, that felt like one. Lost both my nibbles. I guess we'll give it a little tipping. Oh man, I tell you, they are really making me work for them today. Onesie twosie, here and there. That's all I'm getting. In between gale force winds. All right, y'all, we got one more spot we're gonna go try. All right, this is literally last spot of the day, folks. Back of this cove here, it may hold some fish, we'll see. Definitely a lot of structure down here. There's a ton of shad back here, I'll tell you that. They're flipping all over the top of this water. Threw right in that tree. Ain't getting that back. I wanted to put it right underneath that tree, not in it. And may as well break off. Oh, it's been a rough day, folks. Rough day. Rough day. Yeah. That was a tough trip, y'all. It was so tough, in fact, it's still giving me problems today when we're sitting down to edit this video. But we got it done. It ain't all glory days. Cold weather, beginning of May. Jigging docks, popping corks, fighting the wind. Appreciate y'all coming along with me on this one. Don't forget, folks, you can't catch them sitting on the couch. We'll see you on the next one.